Hello everyone,
Good evening.
we're back again.
Yes.
I don't know how, you seem to be buying whiskey tasting tickets. Oh, Christ, after the last lot, I don't know what you're still doing. Well, we're back again anyway. Happy World Naked Gardening Day to you all.
Yes.
We're here to discuss gardening.
I've just got dressed. I've been in garden all day. Froze my off, and anyway, we've got that done, and we've been working as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been working. I'm glad I wasn't gardening with him. It would have been a bit of a shock.
It would.
You don't need to see them things, do you?
No.
But yeah, we've been working outside. The person is dealing with that.
Yes.
Trying to get them back on. Keith's laughing in corner there.
Have we got it? Have we got them back on?
It could be our internet, it could be Facebook, who knows? But at least your Zoomers are still with us, I believe. With thumbs up
Yeah.
if you are.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
there you are.
Hello, Elizabeth. Are you all right, love? Yeah. Good. Nice to see you. Who else is there?
With Sheffley and Graham and Gaz and
Is Jeff
Shaz.
there from Worcestershire?
Oh, Gaz and Shaz are in the garden. They're not naked though. I can
No,
see they're
right.
not naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyone out there? There's a few people on there. The screen's not big enough to see everybody.
No.
And some people don't want to be seen, so they could be naked. There's just names.
Could be, probably. Anyway, we don't. I'm glad they blanked out.
Yeah. No, we
Seen
don't
enough
wanna see
naked
that.
dust today.
But he did want to get some pictures. He's quite upset he didn't get any pictures from you today. He thought he might get a few in and he'd judge the winner.
Yeah, but there were none in.
No.
No
luckily-
naked
luckily
gardeners,
covered.
then that's enough.
So yeah,
don't
we were
want to.
concreting anyway, weren't we?
We
did
were.
some concreting.
Did some concreting as well.
We've
Yeah.
been concrete.
We had to get
naked.
dressed for that.
Yeah, right, we couldn't do that naked. I do have a picture actually to show you, just to prove that we were concreting today. You always get that one person that stands in concrete, don't you? When you
look
just
at
laid it. So I took a picture. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, everyone, but that's my father, knee deep in concrete, showing his arse crack as well. Just what you want to see,
You
isn't
don't need to do that.
So just to prove that we were actually doing something today.
We do something every day.
Well, we do. We've not had we've been closed for 6 months, but we've been doing things for 6 months.
Yeah.
I wanted to be off for 6 months. He said no. But there
There
we
you
go.
Anyway, it's even it's a whiskey taste.
It is. Oh, and oh crap. The swear jar.
All right. Yeah.
We've got the 50p's ready.
Well,
so
you need it.
when you
You need
swear, I shall.
And we've got our, our new cleaner here. She hasn't done a stroke since last time we were on. And we've got
Roger.
Roger, he's dead. And we've got
Boris.
Boris is still
If you
masked
didn't
up. I don't
recognise
know if
him,
you've
he's
seen
still
him.
following guidelines. So,
He
yeah,
is. Bring him into picture a bit. They can't see him. He is. Boris.
Oh, yeah.
He's best Prime Minister we've got.
Oh, he's falling over. He's had a few whiskies already.
Yeah, he has. He's.
Well, we thought we'd get them
He's been
all
to
on
pub.
because this is probably going to be the last online tasting that we'll do this evening.
Oh, at least this evening, yeah.
Oh, definitely this evening. But we're going to see how we move forward, and hopefully restrictions will be lifted, and hopefully we can see you all back in here again at some point or another. I'm sure you're all dying for a pint of real ale. Well, some of you are probably, I don't know, outdoors are open at the minute.
2 meters apart.
Yeah. It'll be on when you come in. And
It
what
will.
we were thinking as well, all you good people that have signed up to these whiskey tastings and you've come and you've helped us out and you've done your bit for us, when you do come in, you'll get a free drink on us.
Yeah, we've got loads of water. We've been storing it up for ages.
You can even have hot
Yeah.
water if you
Yeah,
want.
we have.
I was thinking something a bit different.
Were you?
I was.
You're
yeah.
a benevolent bugger.
Well,
you.
you know, I just to thank the good people.
Yeah, yeah. You
So you're buggered, you're not having anything.
Anyway, still come and you're fine. You're welcome.
You can buy a pint instead.
There's always a nice welcome at the Fisherman's, as you know.
But we'll bypass him. As you come in a night, he's not here, and I'll give you a pint.
Oh, bloody hell! I'll be here every night then. Anyway, what we on, James?
Right. So yeah, you've got your whiskey packs. Hopefully you've all received them intact. You've got 5 whiskies in there. We're going to start with the classic, laddie. Now, you've got 5 whiskies in there. We're going to be on probably just over an hour. You don't have to neck them down all at once.
Get 5 glasses lined up.
It's not like wine. You don't have to drink it as soon as you open it. That's what I've been told anyway. You've got to drink wine as soon as you open it.
Yeah.
Yeah. absolutely. But whiskey, you can reseal it.
Not done you any good in lockdown, that.
No, Christ, no. I put a stone on. I've cut down actually. I'm only on 3 bottles a night now. But whiskey, this now you can seal it back up. Have a try of it. Seal it back up. Go back to it again later. Try it if you don't want to neck it all back, or if you do want to, just crash on and drink it all. But you don't have to drink it all as we're tasting it, as quick as we're tasting it. We're just alcoholics. No, we're not. But yeah, so you don't. We do enjoy it. So what we've done as well this evening, I don't know if anyone's noticed, you've actually got 3 helpings of Bruichladdich whiskey, or whiskey from Bruichladdich. I'm sure Lynn and Mark, who are probably on there somewhere, have noticed that. And we're going to start with the classic laddie. It's made from Scottish barley. I'm going to hand over to Father to proceed.
Well, thanks for dropping that one on me.
Well, I've been talking for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know you've taken the scene. Anyway, classic laddie, cracking dram. As I said last time and this time before, we want you to enjoy a whiskey tasting. We're not experts. Don't profess to smell this and that and the orange peel and one thing and another. It's all whiskey tasting is all about personal choice, and when you get a whiskey, you either like it. There's no bad whiskey. There's just good and better, and your choice. And what is my choice is not your choice. We're all here to enjoy a dram and talk about it, whatever. It's a pity we can't interact a little bit more. You have to listen to us going on. But it's best we can do in these, state of affairs that we're into at minute. Mm-hmm. So you've got to enjoy these whiskies to the best of your ability. You'll like or you'll dislike, whatever. It's your personal choice. Whatever we say, excuse me. You make your own mind up from it at any time. We're putting the offering out and. We're promoting distilleries. They don't appreciate these distilleries because they never send us a free bottle to put it on.
I contacted. Only the one that got back to me were Bruichladdich.
Who said no? Probably.
No, they said no and then yes, and we got a bottle off them, so it wasn't too bad. Yes. Oh. Yes. Right. So thank you, Bruichladdich. It's Remy now, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, going on to
go on.
Single malt
classic laddie.
Classic laddie. Beautiful dram. Have you all tried it? You may try it. You don't have to wait for me to. You try it as well. Hold on. How much whiskey have you had today from Mary Appleton?
Mary, none. This is the first one. This is first whiskey.
We've had about 6 pints and a bottle of wine. But
this is the first whiskey. No. We would never imbibe earlier than 5 o'clock. So, yeah. No, the first whiskey so far.
And you remember, whenever you take a drink at any time in the day, it is beer o'clock somewhere in the world. So always remember that. You're not out of sync, the rest of the world is. So just remember that.
This is true.
Anyway, I've just tasted this, and it's absolutely beautiful. I find it really smooth, delectable. Not a little warming down, going down the chest there, but anything else. Oh, and it's got beautiful legs on it. If you roll your glass round like that, and then lift it up and put it up to the light and watch those streaks, one may call them. We call them legs. And they've got lots of legs.
Very oily.
Yeah, and that shows the viscosity, oiliness of the whiskey, which is a good thing because it goes down a lot easier.
It's always good.
It does. Slips down. Beautiful. Absolutely. Do you all like that one or what?
What's your first reactions for that one?
Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes.
We're getting a good reaction from that one on Facebook. I don't know. We can't see.
Yeah.
Thumbs up on Facebook as well. We're actually still on Facebook.
the reaction to that, it can't be too bad because it's a beautiful starter whiskey.
It is, and obviously it's an Islay malt. A lot of people get confused with the Islay malts that they think they're all peated. Well, Bruichladdich doesn't peat them.
They've drifted away from.
Well, they never have really.
No,
they do have two expressions which are peated, which is the Port Charlotte and the Octomore. Obviously, we're trying the Octomore later on. But yeah, some people will say they can still get the peatiness, they can still get but it honestly isn't peated. If you're getting that little bit of peatiness, they say it's from the warehouses and it's from the Islay air and it's
a load of bullshit.
Oh, turn it on. Swamp.
That's not swearing.
Oh, is it not?
It's telling the truth.
Oh, right. Well, either way, anyway.
Moving on.
But it is a lovely, just easy drinking dram is the classic laddie. It's all Scottish barley. It's not all Islay barley, but it's all Scottish barley. I think Jim come up with this as an expression. Jim McEwan, who used to be master distiller there, as an expression of just what they can produce. I think there's a mixture of American oak and sherry. It did say sherry originally. Now it just says it's just American oak. So whether they've changed it or they're just not telling us something. And I found out something as well. If you do buy one of these bottles from us, there is a little code on the back here. And you enter that code. You go onto Bruichladdich website, enter that code, and it tells you where that what's in this bottle. So it's quite interesting. I did it before for this bottle. I shall tell you if I can find it.
There you go.
Unless I've lost the bloody thing. Oh no, that's music. I've lost it. I've lost it. But if you want to go on, when you buy a bottle from us, you can get that bottle and you can go on the website and look at what vintage is. This is a 2019 vintage. It did say American oak, I think. I can't remember if it said sherry, but definitely American oak. And it's
2019 bottle.
It's yes, yeah. And it's also there's 75 casks been vatted together to create this. So I'm sure that's what it said anyway.
Yeah.
But either way, if you buy a bottle, you can find out for yourselves. But I think that's a beautiful first dram. It's just so easy drinking, straight down the line.
No messing with that. They produce some beautiful whiskies of Bruichladdich. We've had a few. Still got a few casks lying about of Bruichladdich, which we will be price. Price. Come on.
Where have they put the prices? They've hidden them under here. Right. Well, they've not put them in order, so that doesn't bloody work.
Oh, what's it down here? It's terrible, isn't it?
Right, Bruichladdich classic that you're going to buy. Was £42 tonight for you good people. It's £37.
Too cheap. You shouldn't knock that fiver off.
But for you, we will. So yes,
it's good, isn't it, Graham? You finished that one, haven't you?
He has. He's enjoying that.
Are you all right, Sheffley? Yeah.
Do you want to go on a different computer and have a
Grand.
chat?
No, just ones I'm picking out who I know. It's nice to see them.
It is.
I haven't seen them for ages.
It is.
Yeah,
well,
it is.
Over
I don't know
months.
everybody on this screen, but I know one or two. So I do apologise for the ones that I don't know. That's your fault because you haven't been coming in enough. But don't worry.
You're
about
not
it.
here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
it's my fault, is it? Oh, right.
Right, well that's the first one out of the way, the classic laddie, and I think we got a resounding thumbs up for the classic laddie.
We did off the Zoomers, didn't we?
Oh, Roger's in the way.
Who?
Roger.
Oh, right, well he's always been in way, the young one. He won't get in there anymore now, will he?
He won't, no he can't.
No.
Unless they're building a house on somewhere where he's flying.
Well, I don't.
But the next one. Old Pulteney 18-year-old treating you this evening.
18-year-old?
18.
No,
She's 18, I believe. That's what it said on packaging.
Is she?
So that's why we bought it. But Old Pulteney 18-year-old. Another nice dram, if I do say so myself. Has everybody managed to get through the first dram before we start pouring this next one? We just feel like we're, coming to the end of lockdown now. We may as well just get pissed and and have a good time, you know.
Well,
19 days, and you can come back in the fisherman's retreats unless it all goes tits up, which hopefully it won't.
well,
There's another one.
steady. You're doing some clinking in
I
that
am,
glass
well,
tonight, James,
that's
aren't
it.
you?
I'm ready for it. I'm
Yeah.
ready for reopening, you see. These good people should all be sat here with us this evening. but
They should.
We're having to do it over the old wireless job. So,
Cool, that's different.
Old Pulteney, 18-year-old. Thought we'd go with this one next.
Did you all get your whiskey samples intact and everything else? Did it all arrive?
I think we would get some complaints if we didn't.
Well, we haven't had a complaint,
No.
but I'm just checking that the delivery.
It's a bit late now, isn't it?
All right, yeah.
Just watching
Good.
us for fun.
Well, I'm glad you're not having to use your own whiskey tonight for this. That's good. Right.
Am I you
good.
doing this
Look
one, or
at
am I
Keith,
doing
he
it?
looks serious, doesn't he? Bloody hell.
He always looks serious.
Yeah.
doesn't he?
He is.
Oh, God, no. There he is. He's pissed.
Yeah. It's not what we've had already, it's what some of
Yeah, I
theirs
think
had,
so.
isn't it?
And we've been doing quite well, actually. We haven't got anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong last time, did we?
No.
No, and I think we're all on course to do it all right this time. So, but Old Pulteney, 18-year-old, recently rebranded. Well, I say recently, probably in the last 3 years, 2 years, something like that. They now do 15, 18, 20 something. 20 something. They've rebranded anyway.
25.
Yeah, 25.
They've altered the
If you've got a
yearly
17,
output.
if you've got a 17 or a 21 or the old bottlings, keep hold of them because they are going up in price.
Unless you've opened them and then just
Or you
drink
can
them.
sell them to us at a decent price. But the old pump is rebranded recently. We had a chap come from he was one of the reps, did an Old Pulteney tasting with us not so long ago. He was a bit shy, he didn't know what to say, and
Did you have to help him, James?
I didn't. I just watched him squirm. But he didn't do too bad. There weren't that many. It were a smaller tasting, so it wasn't too bad. But the Old Pulteney is a really nice, easy drink. Even the 12-year-old is, I find, quite thingy. So you're getting a treat with the 18-year-old this
Well,
evening.
I'm just taking a sip of that now, and it, to me, is very, very sweet. I don't know what you all think.
I'm going to cleanse my palate.
It really is sweet. Who finds it sweet in the Zoomers that can yeah, quite a few of you. It's very, very sweet. It's incredibly sweet. After tasting that last one, which was very nice, was the Brewclad here cracking starter, and then you get this one,
Total
equally
opposite.
so, but of a totally different nature. Sweetness in there.
You know
and-
what? I found the last one sweeter. I found the
Did you?
classic laddie sweeter.
I
yeah.
didn't. Again,
I don't know,
it's
well,
a
you
really
know.
oily whiskey. It's got great legs on it, and you've always got great legs. You can't.
But yeah,
batter them, can you?
the Old Pulteney, they're kind of the most northerly distillery on mainland Scotland. Not for long, I don't think. I think
No,
there's
they're
some,
building some more.
There's some more being built at the moment, so it won't be the most northerly for long. But
It's up
on
in
the
Wick,
mainland.
on the Sutherland east coast of Scotland.
And what they kind of say is Old Pulteney, their kind of description for it is it's right on the ocean. The waves are knocking up against the warehouses, and the whiskey's taking in all this sea and salt and
Saltiness
all the
from the
rest of
sea.
it. The usual stuff that they come out, and I think it does. I think it has a little bit of influence, especially in the summer months. But when in winter, when the whiskey, when it's cold and the barrel's shut down, there's probably not a lot happening. That's probably when you get your worst weather coming in on the coast.
Yeah.
But the Old Pulteney 18 is beautiful. I've got some tasting notes here.
Cracking first two whiskies, absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I love them too. And
think
I
it
haven't
was-
tried them before this.
Have you?
No, not this
No,
week.
not
or two.
recently.
No,
No.
no. You picked them, and I've just gone by what you.
No,
I
haven't
trust
had
you,
it.
son. I trust you.
Good. Well, that's good.
Oh, by the way, I'm Hervey, and this is James, my
yes,
son.
Yes, for anyone who doesn't know.
I just, for those people who are
new to it.
I'm the younger one of the two.
Yes.
You might have noticed that. It's just a joke. Don't worry about it. Don't get upset. Anyway,
I don't think they would.
no, I'm sure they wouldn't.
Right. Anyway, I've got a couple of notes on this.
There's no comments coming through from anyone.
Saying you look old. You lying bastard. I know.
Oh, for God's
There we
sake,
go.
Jim, you're terrible.
Anyway, intense and warm and indulgent chocolate, creamy vanilla, with rich honey sweetness, tempered by vibrant spices. A whisper of flowery fruitiness yields a crisp burst of citrus and apple. So there you have it.
Sweetness.
I said sweetness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said. Well, you
Good
said
train,
you did say sweetness.
Straight to it.
Chocolatey indulgence layered with honey spices and Christmas cake. I haven't got the Christmas cake. Floral notes lend a dash of finesse, while zesty hints of citrus and green apple enliven a lovely long finish. I agree with that. It is a lovely finish on it, and that's the tasting notes that we have for Old Pulteney 18-year-old. We got a thumbs up for Old Pulteney, or down, or whichever way you're going. Facebook's looking good. Zoom.
Zoom. A couple of
Half and
middlers
half,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Yeah.
Sharon was doing that. I don't
Was
know
she?
why. Yeah.
no,
I
we're
thought you were waving at me, but
no, it's not.
but
Weren't a wave.
I think it's a bit of a middle of the road thing. That one. It's I think, like I said, we had someone doing a tasting a few years ago when they rebranded everything, and they did seem to be quite similar. Even obviously different ages, but they did seem to have all the same characteristics. There wasn't much difference in them all, but the 18 is a beautiful drink.
Absolutely stunning.
And I personally enjoy it. But Wick, where obviously they're based, it used to be the herring capital of, was it the world or Europe?
World.
No, Europe.
Really?
You're wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, herring capital of Europe.
All the herrings boats used to come in there. In fact, there's quite a few famous songs, poems, and stories about the herrings going into Wick.
I've never heard any.
Quite a few old. I'm being serious now.
No, I can imagine.
Quite a few. If you look on Google,
I would like to
and
hear
one
a
thing or
herring
other,
song.
You'll find quite a lot of old sea shanties, stories, and all that sort of thing about the herrings going into Wick. And I'm full of useless information, but I just thought I'd pass that on to you, so you could be useless too.
But
Anyway.
the only way they received the barley when they were producing whiskey was by sea. Obviously, there was no road, so everything coming by the sea.
Well, that'd come in from Aberdeen or Inverness then.
Well, I would imagine
Yeah.
so. Yeah. And
But
did
it's-
you know, Wick had their own prohibition?
Really?
Really? Yeah. Hold on.
Well, they'd nothing else to do up there, hadn't they? Hey?
Yeah.
There were whiskey.
I've got it here somewhere. It says silence. You just have to bear with me. Anyway, they had a prohibition in Wick for 25 goddamn years. Imagine prohibition for 25 years. I know they had it in America, but and they had it in Wick for 25 years. The poor buggers. They probably just jumped over the line and went and had a whiskey somewhere else. But I can't imagine that actually happening. But no, there's a page or so of old Pulteney stuff here, and it goes on about how the maritime and all the rest of it. They've done quite a few different things, sailing ventures and different bits like that. But it is quite interesting, and I've not actually been to Old Pulteney. I've been past, but I've never actually called in, and it is one that I'd like to go and see at some point.
We should go and see them.
We should. Well, we did talk about doing a bit of a whiskey trail and maybe filming it and putting it on YouTube and bits and pieces like that. If anyone, any good idea or not a good idea? I think a whiskey trail, and we can post it online and go live with it on Facebook and all the rest of it. It'd be quite a good idea. We're mulling it over. I think it's something that we know someone with a camper van, don't we?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So It'll be a bit rough, but we'll
I'm
manage
not
it.
going with him though.
Oh, wait, I thought you meant me.
Scully.
We'll take her.
Yeah, we can take her.
But that was your old Pulteney. I think, like I say, we've got mixed reviews on that one. But I personally like that old Pulteney. Price of the old Pulteney.
18-year-old, remember?
Yeah. Let's see. Right, so you're getting another good deal here. Old Pulteney 18, it was £115. Now this evening, £105. So yeah, it's we've got a tenner off that one. So if you do like that, you know where you can get it. Probably one of the cheapest in country, I would imagine.
All the whiskies nowadays have taken a rise because whiskey has taken off massively on the market, and people are realising, and the distilleries are realising that there's a great shortage. Probably because of the Eastern influence coming through of the Asia market. Taking up a lot of the Scottish whisky. It's been sent out all over the world.
Well, that was with Macallan, wasn't it? Macallan was fell into that trap. The whisky industry over here kind of fell silent. People weren't buying malt whisky, so they shipped everything they had out to Asia and Far East countries. It kind of depleted the stocks, if you will, because Asia were buying loads of malt whiskey. Yeah, we'll ship it all over there, not doing a great deal here. And then the trend picked up. It became cool again. People started drinking it. Younger people started drinking it, and they thought, "Oh, Christ, we need to crikey."
Yeah,
that's Christ isn't swearing, is it?
yeah. Well, it is. To
Well, some people, yeah, some
you
people.
must be careful. There's 3 vicars watching.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
and God.
Not
So-
all that. Anyway, so they had to think, oh well, we need to sell something over here because this market's picking up. So they created a range. It was a amber, gold, ruby, something else, which was a vatting of different malts and different ages. They were beautiful. They were really nice, but there were no age statement stuff in there.
And they only bottled a certain amount.
Yeah, they only bottled a certain
So now
amount.
some of those have gone for quite a
now
price.
some of them have gone up in price. So, but now Macallan have got some more age stock and they're selling some stuff over here. I think you'll have probably seen in the news that the Macallan whiskies and things like that, definitely Macallan anyway, they were going up millions of pounds, some of the old age stuff, which is crazy money. We could have probably bought them back in the day for 500 quid, whatever it might have been, for really aged stuff, and stuff coming through now that's aged. It can be
just incredible.
Incredible. That's one word.
So there you go. But malt whiskey's really taken off, and that's why now it's harder and harder to get casks filled in parts of Scotland. Some distilleries just won't do it. Bruichladdich used to do a massive barrel filling for anyone and everyone, and as soon as Remy took over, they looked at the market and said, no, we're not going to fill any more casks. We're going to use all the whisky ourselves and promote it and do it this way and that way. They've just released one now. What's it called, James? Turnery?
Oh yeah.
I think it's Turnery. I haven't got the bottle in front of me. And they've just, they only had 4,000 bottles. It's quite a nice whisky, which is, you can buy by the dram from the Fisherman's Retreat. We do any whisky and every whisky that we have.
It'll be going up next week.
We can do the by the dram and send it out to you. If you want to send a present to someone, you can do that by delivering them a nice dram of whisky. But the Turnery was 4,000 bottles, and it was £275 a bottle. Reckon that up. You know,
You should have bought
Remy
it.
took.
You should have bought it.
I should have bought it when it was £5 million and gone into massive debt and everything else in 2000, like somebody else did.
You've had a good time, though.
Well, anyway, past is past.
Well, we'll move on because we're going to do hours after this.
Yeah.
So
What are we doing hours after this?
we're doing hours after this. This is the Balbini.
Yeah, Balbini.
This is yours. I'm leaving you with this one. I'm going to get a pint while you do this.
Okay, you do that. Balbini. Rather another nice dram. We've picked some nice drams. James has picked some nice drams tonight. I'm going to taste this first before I say anything about it. And I've always liked Balbini. It's 14-year-old Caribbean cask. So it's probably in a rum cask. Is this out of?
No, it's finished.
Finished in a rum cask. All right.
But I have found something out about the. Go on the Balbini website, and this could be an error on their part. It says it's aged in American casks for 14 years, and then put into rum casks. So they only age it less than a year in rum casks. Then it has to be
6 months to a
so
year.
they can't have it very long in a rum cask. Otherwise, it'd be a 15-year-old if they had 12. If they finished it for 12 months.
They've had it in for less than 12 months in
So
that.
they
in
could
that
have
cask.
just dipped it in a rum cask and then
No,
bottled
they
it.
haven't, because you can taste it. You can actually. I'm not saying
Well,
smell that,
that's-
but there is a distinct flavour in that whiskey that has obviously come out, and it's fabulous legs on it as well. I don't know if you all find that similar to what I find. Great legs on it. God, the viscosity on that is incredible. It really is.
I need more light.
There's plenty of them. Some are out. Can't afford bulbs. Anyway,
We're
moving on.
dining by candlelight when you come back.
Right, the electric
That
will be
smells
shut off.
beautiful. It's got a beautiful nose on that. Before I've not even tried it. I'm just
But
nosing
the
it.
taste is beautiful. Really
Oh,
nice.
we didn't
God,
pipette
you've had
anything. We've
three
not pipetted
really
anything.
nice whiskies to start with. I hope you agree. Some will, some won't. Like I said right at the start, you either like it or you don't, or you not bothered, whatever. And we're not here to persuade you one way or the other. It's exactly up to you. Nothing else. As I've always said for the last 20 odd years in our whiskey tastings, it's personal choice. There you go.
Well, it is.
Anyway,
It's one of them. If you want to, what strength is about it? It's 43%. I'd
Easy enough to
yeah,
drink.
easy
without
enough
water,
to drink.
that.
I wouldn't need to.
But
do
if you
that.
fancy a drop of water, nothing like it. Tiny, tiny drop.
we've
Half
got a
teaspoonful.
pipette. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
got
not.
a pipette. We haven't
We've not
used it yet.
actually utilised the pipette this evening. That's how smooth
No,
these whiskies are.
These are so smooth.
We don't need to let them down. I think that's a gorgeous job.
It is. Balbini is the same barley in Balbini as in what's the place called in Keighley? The
Timothy Taylor.
Timmy Taylor's. Timmy Taylor's and Balbini have something in common. They use the same barley for their beer as Balbini do for their whiskey, for the maltings. And it's all grown around Scotland, around Balbini's area. Balbini has been always noted as a very nice, gentle whiskey. And who knows Balbini? Any of you? Any on the Zoomers? Put your thumbs up or down or whatever. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Whatever.
We're getting some good thumbs
Yeah,
up on that
we've got
one.
a lot
What's
of thumbs
Facebook
up there.
saying?
Yeah.
We've got thumbs up on the Facebook. If
Yeah.
you want to send any questions in, don't. No, I mean, send them in. He'll
Might not
answer
be able
them.
to answer them.
Yeah.
You like a Balbini?
You see?
I can't see him.
No,
I've
only
lost him.
binoculars.
I need binoculars, that's true.
No, I think it's a cracking dram. I've got the tasting notes here as well. Where are we? Nose, rich, sweet and creamy toffee on the nose. I believe I agree with that. Combines with fresh fruit notes. I need to get them.
Wow, it's that sweetness.
Yeah, now that just takes the sweetness kind of drowns everything else out, and the rum cast with the here we are. So it tastes rounded with vanilla and sweet oak notes, with a fruity character and develops with the with time. Finish soft and lingering. Who likes a soft and lingering finish?
We all do.
I
at
think
times.
so.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Well, I think that's a cracking note. Soft and lingering. You wouldn't argue with that, would you?
What kind of kind of cask do you prefer?
What kind of cask do you prefer? What kind of cask do you prefer?
A wine cask.
A wine cask. You do like your wine cask finishes.
I do.
Some people
That's-
prefer sherry. Some people prefer just straight bourbon. Again, it's whatever you fancy. It's different. It depends on the spirit that's being put into the cask as well. It's not just the cask finish. It's what spirit's going in it. Each spirit is distilled and it's different. So
Every distillery.
we're
distills a
experimenting
different
as we're going to show you on this next dram of our own, which you're getting a world exclusive of
Yes.
in about 3 or 4 minutes.
The 100 people that have prescribed to tonight's tasting are the only 100 people in the world that will be tasting this whiskey. It is not available to anyone else at all. It's our next release.
So you're having,
And we've gone to great lengths to get that whiskey here. It's being bottled after the 23rd of May. At that point, it will be 14 years of age.
So we're not talking about that one just yet because
We're
we're
not.
still on the Balbini.
Oh, right,
We're still
the
talking
Balbini.
Balbini. But
Does,
someone asked the question, what cask finish do you like? I don't know. There's also many different cask finishes that I do like the Pedro Jimenez cask finishes. I'd like some bourbon finish. To be honest, I can't pinpoint.
No, I can't
I think
pinpoint a
he's
cask.
just gone. He's gone. He's got up and gone.
Yeah.
He don't like.
He's been
like that
gone
one.
a few times.
Oh, has he?
Yeah,
He
I
must
think
need
so.
toilet a lot.
Yeah, he must be.
Anyway, the cask finishes, yeah, there's so many different out there, and you've just got to try them all and kind of gauge off yourselves what you like and what you don't like. Like I say, it's not what you don't like, you've just got to try them all. And that's the fun thing about the whiskey, there's so many different variations.
And once you get into it, the variations you find there's more and more and more variations in whiskey.
And even the people who don't like whiskey, you know, we always start them on something a bit sweeter,
A
sherry
Balbini,
cask, or a
even.
Balbini,
Or any of the three that we've started with tonight.
Absolutely. And you wet your way. My wife, I met her. When did I meet you? A long time ago, anyway.
2008.
And
May
she
2008.
she was she'd not been into whiskey. She'd never drank whiskey,
No.
and
She soon changed her mind.
yeah, she had to when she met us. So one Christmas, I think it was Christmas Day, we were having a meal. We'd closed and we were having a meal here, and she got pissed on whiskey. Oh, there we are.
She got inebriated.
Inebriated on whiskey. But it was Ardbeg, 10-year-old. She'd never drank whiskey before, and she loved Ardbeg 10-year-old. Now, there's not many people that would start their whiskey adventure on an Ardbeg 10-year-old. And she absolutely loved it. She drank nearly a bottle of it that night. She regretted it the day after, but she
So did
loved
we, 'cause of bloody fortune.
But she absolutely loved it, and this is where you say some people hate whiskey because they've had one bad experience on it when they were young and they don't go back and they'll never try it
We
again.
must have picked two women very similar because Liz was just the same. She'd never drunk whiskey in her life, but
No.
she now always prefers.
She tries to
Ardbeg.
drown herself in it now.
Yes. I don't know.
But
why.
yeah,
Eating meat or what, but there you go.
but yeah, so you know, anyone starting on whiskey, it's an adventure more than anything. You've got to get in, find something you like, and work your way out from there. And I think most people on here will probably agree. It's all about the tasting and trying and seeing what you enjoy. I don't know where I went with that then because we were tasting Balbini, so we just jumped to Ardbeg for some reason.
Well, it's not.
Oh,
a bad
cast
thing.
finish, that was it. Yeah, someone wanted to know about cast finish. Anyway, Balbini, who likes it? Did we do that? Did we do? Oh, thumbs,
Yeah.
thumbs,
Yeah,
thumbs.
yeah, yeah.
Facebook, thumbs. We
All
can't
good.
see Facebook, so we have to ask the.
You're a good indicator. You on Zoom,
That's
you
cracking.
people.
No, it's
Oh,
brilliant.
he's come back. He's come
Oh,
back.
he's been to the toilet. There he is.
Well,
there he is.
whatever.
There he is.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. He's got his
He must have
thumb
a weak bladder. He's finished it. He's ready for the next one. He's pushing us on. Sorry if we're
Easy.
talking too much, but we're trying to fill an hour.
Never mind. Never mind. What are we going to do now, James?
Believe it or not, it's a fisherman's retreat.
Really?
It is.
Now this
Now you can do your spiel now. This is it.
I don't know.
Oh, you're not doing it.
Yes, of course I will. In 2019, we bottled a cask of whiskey, or half a cask of whiskey, and it was our number 6 edition.
Which is that one?
Which is that one. And as you can see, as I can see from here, I don't know if you
It might not be on the screen.
No, it might be, might not.
That bottle's got less in it.
Not just that.
Oh, right.
This is of a darker colour. You may see it, you may not there. But if you're here in the bar, which I hope you are in 19 days, you will be able to see the difference in those two. We've had this extracted from our cask. What I was saying is in August, September 2019, we bottled our number 6 edition, or half of it. The other half, I took up to Scotland with my restaurant manager, Gary, who a lot of you know, and we took up a fortified wine cask from Yalumba. Now, fortified wine is kept in that cask for a long, long time, so it absorbs a hell of a lot of the wine.
How many litres in a fortified wine?
In this fortified wine was 100 litres.
100 litres.
And
A small cask.
So it's a small cask. We split it into that, and we bottled number 6 as as number 6.
As number 6.
Number
Edition
6,
number
as
6.
in
Which
edition
is this
number
one?
6. No. Yes, that
Yes.
one. Putting the other half into this fortified wine cask. Last September, which was September 2020, I wanted to bottle it. And since then, I've been trying to get it out of Bruichladdich, where it was warehoused, to bottle it. But, unfortunately, due to that dreaded word COVID, Bruichladdich shut down, wouldn't allow any extraction of casks from such as myself
They
or
wouldn't
anybody
even
else.
roll it out of the gate and leave it.
They wouldn't know, we just couldn't get it out, top and bottom of it. So, come January this year, I thought, beggar this, so I extracted it via a carrier, which was okay with Bruichladdich, and I took it down to a warehouse in southern Scotland, in Creetown, to Whisky Broker. They have a massive warehouse there, and they put it into their warehouse, and on the 23rd of May, after the 23rd of May, it will be 14 years of age. But meanwhile, last week, I asked them to extract a few bottles for our whisky tasting this evening. Now, you 100 people that have got a taste of this, a sample of this, in your little bottle, you are exclusive people this evening. You are the only people that are able to get this in the world. In the world.
You're
There's
a
6 billion
select
people.
few. You're a select few.
6 billion people in the world, and you 100 people are the only ones that have got a taste of 6.1. That's what we call it.
How many of you have tried the edition 6?
Anybody?
Any of you on there that's
Some
just
of
had
you
the
have.
edition 6?
Some of you have.
A few on
Right.
there that's got it. So this is the sister or brother, however you want to say it, or non-gender identifying malt whiskey. This is sorry. So this is.
Be careful, you'll get struck off.
Oh well,
You
you
know-
know, Facebook we're going off already.
Oh, right.
But this is the brother and sister, or brother or sister to this. This is 6. It's going to be 6. No, this is going to be 6.1. So has anybody tried it yet? If he knows it, if he tried it, and
What do you think?
Thumbs up.
What do you
Please
think?
give us some feedback on Facebook and all the rest of
Somebody's
it.
asked what its percentage is. It is exactly the same as 6.1.
Yeah, it's 50.4%.
It's 50.4.
We're gonna bottle it exactly the same, and again, this is gonna be limited. There's gonna be 200 bottles ish around there. I'd
That's
say.
it. Right.
So we're gonna pre-release this on 23rd.
It will be into June.
Around that,
No,
yeah.
we'll be into June.
Well, last week of May. To put it whatever it is.
Last week away, beginning
And
of
we'll,
June.
we'll do
we'll
a
release
pre-sale, a week pre-sale on it, but they won't. I don't think they'll hang around because there's quite a few people interested in it. So if you're enjoying this now, you're getting a preview of it, and if you want a bottle, you'd need to get in there straight away and get one for yourselves. We're going to keep half a dozen back for ourselves.
And
because
look
we love
at
it.
the legs on that. Look at the amount of legs and the viscosity on that. And then certain distillers have told me you shouldn't put whiskey into a wine cask straight away. It should always go in a bourbon.
Well,
And
it wasn't
my
a wine
answer to
cask.
them was, who wrote the rules? Who says what it should go in?
That sweetness,
And this is
such
our
a
experiment.
sweetness you're getting on that. Are you not
Oh,
getting that?
oh, fabulous. And I know I'm
We
going
are a
on-
bit biased, I suppose.
A little biased, obviously, but discounting that, this is my.
Will you
what
pass
do you
me the
think?
pipette?
I will, son.
Thank you.
Okay.
I shall pipette myself a little bit of water.
Rather.
Just a couple of drops.
God, I brought him up well. Look at the accent
I've
you can
I've
put
not
on.
pipetted this yet. I've only tasted it neat, so I'm pipetting,
Right.
and I'm going to see.
What do you think about it, Graham? You like the? Oh yes, he just held his glass.
I
up
think
his-
he's got a recording because he keeps doing that. It's just he's on a loop. His glass keeps going
Yeah,
up and down.
Sheffield is on it too. Anyway, beautiful whiskey. I know. Yes, I am a little bit biased. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't.
I tell you what, a little bit of water in there, even
Really?
it tastes good without
Put a
it.
drop in there.
Would you like me to pipette it?
Yes, please.
No, pipette it.
Yes, that's
Is that,
that's
there
it.
we are. That's
Yeah.
plenty. We're professionals. Semi. Anyway,
If I did not like this whiskey, I
well, someone's holding the thing up. Longer legs than Kenny Everett.
I've never seen Kenny Everett's legs.
I've not.
No, I don't want to.
He might
But,
have been.
Oh,
Um,
you dead?
The amount of legs on that whiskey shows the viscosity is fabulous on that, and it goes down so well. This is our little experiment. I'm bucking the trend, and we're doing things differently. We're putting whiskey straight into wine casks.
But we're also, it's not just wine. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I have. No, just a minute.
Oh,
You
right.
should up better than that. I have a
I'm gonna
present
sit
a container being loaded in Australia, bringing over some exclusive wine casks to be filled with whiskey at various distilleries, which we've earmarked already, and they will be filled. We'll have some distillations which will be specifically brewed to our needs. No,
Wants?
whatever we fancy doing. I have two distilleries that will do it exactly. To our-
They'll distill to what we want to
Exactly.
produce. So yeah.
We're very fortunate that we're in this position, and it's become, over the years, over the last 30 years, it's become a passion of ours, mine initially. The boys have come through, and they're really into the whiskey.
We enjoy
And
tasting.
we enjoy tasting. We may say about getting inebriated and one thing and another. Whiskey is a lovely dram. It's a lovely drink to have at a fireside with your wife or somebody else's, and just enjoy it. And there's nothing nicer. You don't want to get absolutely.
I think that's
drunk.
one of my favourites that we've done so far.
That is
I
a
don't,
stunning dram.
I don't know if anyone's had the edition 8, which precedes this. Obviously, this is 6.1 or will be 6.1. The edition 8 was in a Viognier cask, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A solely white wine cask, which
It's stunning.
the whiskies. I want to say it's not really done in the whiskey world. They don't really put whiskey
No, they
into
don't.
white wine casks. So
We're doing this experiment.
we're
with
trying,
different wine
and
casks.
we're contacting some of our contacts, like in Southern Hemisphere countries, that will send us barrels, and we're gonna keep putting whiskey into these different barrels
Straight
from
into
all over the
wine
world.
casks from the Southern Hemisphere. We've several casks from France, from the Joseph
Magnall.
Magnall winery.
We've got the samples here. Hold on.
We've got several casks up in Scotland, different distilleries. Joseph Magnall, which has
Now, if just go off on a tangent. Sorry to do this,
go on.
but
Carry on.
this will be on one of our tastings in the future. Well, both of these. These are two casks from Joseph Magnall, and they've got Killoman whiskey in Ireland, if anyone's heard from Ireland. We've tried these, as you can tell. Now, the one's a Pinot Noir cask, one's a Sauvignon Blanc, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
And just, these aren't even classed as a single malt whiskey yet. And look at the colour on them. It's absolutely fantastic. I think they're 3 years old this year, aren't they?
I think they are.
I think they're 3 years old this year, and then we can
it
class
says
them
on
as a
bottle.
single malt.
Doesn't it? No.
18. Oh, well,
18. Yeah. So this year,
this year. So
October 18.
now you don't often get anyone getting spirit from Killoman. You're very lucky, and we were very lucky that we've got two casks up there. So these are
Anthony
gonna be,
one day just like me. So
He did,
we
he
got
did.
these casks.
They got on quite well. I think he had a few whiskies. But these will be a future release. Obviously, they're not even 3 years old yet, but we've got a sample out of them, and the colour is phenomenal. The taste is beautiful. Obviously, Killoman peated. It's just fantastic. But these are going to be future ones. And if you do come in, ask us if you can try it. We'll probably say no. But no. If you really like your whiskey, we'll maybe give you a little tipple of it. And honestly, it's beautiful. If you like your peated malts as well, and these are the only Joseph Magnall casks in Killoman. So if you like your Killoman malts, this is something unique. And they're doing lots of different finishes. Obviously, they're a young distillery. They've done lots of different things over the years, but these are unique.
Absolutely. So that's a little bit of insight into what we're trying to not achieve.
Did we ask you if they enjoyed it?
I think we did, but did
Thumbs
you enjoy
up or
that?
thumbs down
Did you
on
like
the
that? Did you like that whiskey?
Facebook? Super thumbs up. We've got double thumbs
Yeah.
up on Facebook.
Elizabeth, yeah. Graham.
Yeah.
He's-
No, honestly, that touch
Graham's
of water
alright,
just
yeah,
opens it up a little bit more. It's stunning.
Absolutely. It is beautiful.
It is. We've done well. We'll pat ourselves on the back later.
Yeah.
I think. We didn't do anything much, but
No, it's the ideas, isn't it?
Mm.
The ideas. You've got to have the idea. And we
we've
want
got to have the friend. Well, it's thanks to our friends at Lumber as well, the winery. We've known for many years. We've visited. We've been there. So it's a big thanks to them for supplying the casks as well, because we're just in an independent bottler, just trying to do something different, and they've supplied us with some fantastic casks.
we're a little restaurant on a little hill above Ramsbottom, and we do our bit for the country and for people, good people like you. We introduce you to different types of whiskey and lots of good food whenever you furnish us with your presence. Anyway,
Just been buggered
It's
for the
enough
last
for
6 months though, but
yeah, we have 12 months.
12
maybe,
months if you
12
if you
months,
total it all up.
Yeah, we
But
had
we'll be back soon. We'll be back. Like I
we
said, we're
hope,
doing,
well, we hope you'll be back soon. Whatever. Who's coming to see us? Are you all coming? Yeah. Oh, he's not. Why are you not coming?
he's gone to the toilet. Oh no, it's not him. It's the other one.
Anyway, I'm glad to see you all. I hope you're all enjoying this evening and the other evenings that we've had. Quite a few similar faces. Well, not similar. Faces that I recognise from previous whisky tastings. It's Best we can do at minute.
Did we get
Can't
a
do
price
what
on
else.
this? What's it going to be on pre-release? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. That's
It's gonna
how
depend-
pre-release it is. We don't actually know the price
There's
on
not
this
going to be a price on it.
yet. Is it not?
No,
Is
not
it
yet.
guess? Just pay what you
No,
want.
we're not guessing
No.
or anything like that. It'll be on first come, first serve. Again,
You
it's
answer
your
now.
preference.
They don't know the
We've got
question.
a-
Someone showed us the question.
We've got a question come in. Should whiskey be
Jill
drunk
wasn't asking you.
neat or with water? Well, in my eyes, in my view, always try it first. If it's too harsh for you, then add a drop. Don't be frightened of adding a drop of water. But when we say a drop of water, that means what you can get in a pipette, add it to your whiskey, and
Add little by
that's enough.
little by little.
Little by little till it becomes palatable for your taste. Those four whiskies we've tried so far are all, in my eyes, easy drinkable without water. But
Definitely.
add a little bit of water is not a crime. It is exactly to your taste.
It's
Just-
everyone's preference.
try
Some
it.
people put ice in the whiskey. Personally,
Yes,
I don't see the
But
point
usually
in that.
that's Americans who don't know any better.
Well, no, you get the English doing it. We
Well,
get
I
people
know, but
coming
they
here
don't
and they'll,
know any better
No,
either.
well, they'll buy a 15 quid drama whiskey. Oh, put a cube of ice in it. You dick.
Well,
Unless
it's
you like
just
ice. If
ridiculous,
somebody likes
isn't it?
ice, that's
It's just
fine. You
ridiculous.
like
Put
your
ice
ice.
in it.
But
Why
why would you put ice in it? You're cooling it down. You all them flavours. You're drawing them into that ice, and you're killing the whiskey. If you want something cold, have a vodka or something like that. Don't have
Yeah,
a
that you can't taste. You might as well
15,
just
20
slug
quid
one of them
shot
back.
of whiskey. Christ.
Yeah, they.
But is that? Oh no, we're going again. But don't. Yeah, they come to the bar and you're like,
Don't put one in yet.
No, I put it in for you.
Oh,
but no,
right.
they come and they say, oh, put it. At the end of the day, they're buying it and they're drinking it how they want to drink it. It's like all these bloody pop stars and all the rest of them that have a 1,000 quid bottle of brandy and they put Coke with it. Well, they're knobs, aren't they? Again, there we go. But they are, in my
It's
opinion.
not a swear word.
No. No, doorknob. But
Anyway.
yes, I don't agree with it. But if you want to drink it like that, that's totally your preference.
It's
A
everybody's
little bit of
preference.
water, and back in the day, more or less, majority of whiskies were let down to 40% to maximise the output of the whiskey. So you've got a barrel of whiskey that's 60%. You drop it down to 40%. You're adding gallons and gallons of water to get that down to 40%.
And they were
it's
charging 20,
max-
30, 40
Yeah.
pound a bottle
and
for the
that's,
water.
That's for your older stuff as well. I've tried. I remember once trying Tom Tool. I think it was an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old. 16 and 20. No, it was a 16 and a 20-year-old. The 20-year-old had been let down to 40%. The 16-year-old had 43 or something like that, and they killed the 20-year-old. The older the whiskey gets, the less the less the percentage
alcohol is in
So
it.
the more water you add, the more you kill that whiskey. It's been in a barrel for 20 years. Why do you want to throw a load of water in it and kill it even more? It's just, I don't get it. But they do. That's kind of the way it used to go. But
It's not now.
the
They
last
won't do that now, I don't.
the last 15 years, I think Bruichladdich and everyone else, majority of people are bottling them at a higher percentage, so 46 plus. So it does give the drinker a little bit of an option. The younger the whiskey, the more water you can add. The older the whiskey,
I advise.
depending on what
be
it is.
careful. Be careful.
Depending on what it is, it will determine on how much water you can add to that whiskey to maximise your profits on sales. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. But I personally wouldn't, like your older things, if something's been it's 25 plus years old and it's been let down to under 40%, not under 40, sorry, under 50%, just be wary of it. But if it's still a higher percentage and they've let it down, then fair enough. But you just got to watch it, because some of them they kill the taste.
They do. Now then, going on to that, we produced our number 8 edition as James said, out of a Viognier cask last month, 2 months ago, whenever, and we bottled actually 100 bottles cask strength, and the rest we put into down to 50% or 50.4, whatever it is, and we sold out of immediately sold out of the cask strength, didn't we?
Cask strength, yeah.
So people could make up their own mind and dilute it to whatever. And you think that if you buy a bottle of whiskey at 59.2%, you're buying that at cask strength, then that's going to last you a little bit longer each drink, because you're going to have to, unless you really like cask strength whiskey, which is quite harsh at times. It was only 7-year-old, but that will last you a little bit longer because you're going to put a drop of water in each time.
Again,
to put it to your palate. So it's all a matter of personal choice.
And we would never drop one below 50%. I don't think.
No,
it's just
not now.
It's not.
Look at that one.
It's again up to yourselves. And
Well,
the
you can't
edition
look at
8.
that. I've supped it.
Yeah, the edition 8 that we just released, I didn't need water for me. This
No.
one that we're going to release definitely doesn't need water. It does open it up a little bit if you add a few drops of
There's
water.
nothing wrong with opening it up.
Definitely not. But it was.
I wasn't being rude.
You've lost me bloody train of thought now.
Well,
I've got. Should we move on to the next?
I weren't being
whiskey?
rude. I
No.
was. But
I was going to throw 50p in just to for
Oh,
thought of it.
for the thought.
So
Right.
yes,
There we go.
who likes peated whiskey?
All of you.
Oh,
Oh.
Keith, turn off now. That's off. Oh, Billy.
Move over, will you?
No, you'll like this, Keith. Have you got your Rennies?
Right. We're on to Bruichladdich
Again.
Octomore.
So you've had 3.
Now
Falls
then, there's a
of Bruichladdich.
story behind Octomore.
Can I pull a pint while you tell me?
You can, son. You can. Okay. If you get another glass and just freshen mine up, I'd be obliged. Anyway, the story behind Octomore is this. Octomore was a farm on Islay, which had several families.
Still is a fan.
Yes, it is. James Brown owns the farm there now. And
Just going to go, yeah.
anyway,
Sorry.
James Brown. Yeah. Right.
I'm not going to drink
Have you
anymore.
finished now?
Yeah,
That's it.
carry on.
Right. Then in the early 1800s, the Montgomery family owned and not owned, but they leased from the landlord who owned most of Islay. Their big farm, and then it was split into different sections and smaller farms, and it ended up with the Montgomerys were excuse me.
COVID.
No, not at all. I've bought both
You've
injections.
had both
I'm fine,
injections,
yes.
yeah.
I'm well covered, and I can meet anybody and I can hug anybody in a fortnight.
In a fortnight.
So he says.
No, not a fortnight.
Yeah,
That's
in a
after
fortnight.
June, isn't it?
No, fortnight.
Is it a
You can hug a friend in a fortnight. Don't. Is that right? Yeah. yeah.
She's
See?
waiting.
Yeah, she's there with them.
Right, carry on. Sorry.
It's wonder they haven't gone flat. Anyway, so the Montgomerys on Islay leased this farm off the landlord in the early 1800s. They started up a distillery, and the farm was called Octomore. Now then, they distilled initially enough for about 6 hogsheads a year. 6 hogsheads of spirit per year. That was in about 1815. In 1826, 10 or 11 years later, they were doing 65 hogsheads a year. But it wasn't enough to keep the family, because the family was growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, as in all things, families fell out. The distillery carried on for 26 years, but with lots of arguments between all the families, and the point being that people didn't live as long as what they do today, and people were dying in the 40s and 50s and leaving things without a will, and one thing and another. So for 26 years the distillery was still producing, still going on, but it didn't actually have a proper owner. Then several of the Montgomerys went over to Ontario, pulled out altogether and went to Ontario, except for one family. That family, during this course, were the only mainstays of that farm, Octomore Farm. This is where the name comes from, Octomore Farm. Now then, the landlord of that farm and of Isla went bankrupt because he was too benevolent and didn't chase his rents and everything else as he should have done. He went bankrupt, and then the next owner came in, and he tried to remove the last Montgomery, which he couldn't do because he had a lease on it. And the lease said, blah, 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 you know how all these technical terms are, and he was able to stay there even though the landlord was willing to pay him out. Anyway, the distillery did not have planning permission.
It was illicit, wasn't it?
It was an illicit distillery, and nobody actually knew about it. So any buildings which were illegal on the said farm or estate became the property of the landlord. Now, the landlord only wanted to get hold of the distillery and rebuild it and set it into motion again. So then he came up with this one, and the said the remaining family, I can't just remember the name, the actual name of the man, William or whatever, Montgomery, actually bailed out, was paid out. He conceded that he was beaten on that one, and he moved to Ontario in Canada. As of all the other Montgomerys, that's where they ended up. So there's obviously a big contingent of Montgomerys in Ontario in Canada. He then, the distillery was then refurbished and went into production for some years on from there. We're talking about the 1850s by now.
1854.
1854, there you go, I went too far. I've only skipped through these notes, but there's the tale. I hope I'm not boring any of you. Am I boring any of you? If I am, just switch off, that's fine. Anyway, so this little story has come about, and Bruichladdich have grasped this because it is only a stone's throw away from Bruichladdich Distillery. And that is why Bruichladdich have now named this very special malt, which is, they didn't think they'd be able to distill this malt with their high-necked stills, you see. But they've actually refined the Octomore distillation and found that they can distill this in a lot more refined way. And it's similar. There's nobody around to tell them it's similar. They're guessing it's similar, I'm thinking. Like they've actually, what they've actually got is the recipe, and they've done it on their stills from all those time back. And so there you go, a little bit of insight. Octomore is derived, the Octomore name is derived from Octomore Farm, which is now no longer, there's not a distillery there at all, just James Brown, who in actual fact, his his well, he supplies Bruichladdich Distillery from his well, which comes from a 1.3 billion year old rock way down. It's been investigated and everything else, and I can't just Genesis, like a Genesis.
Genesis, yeah, like a start of the earth bloody job.
A Genesis rock, right down, and that's where the water comes to let down any whiskey in Bruichladdich. That is where the water comes from a very, very ancient rock. It comes through that in James Brown's farm at Octomore. Now then, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Wake
I'll
up!
switch off if you want.
No, it was very interesting. I passed that story on to him and he read it. But it's that basically the birth of Octomore was
The Montgomery family.
The Montgomery
that built the
family,
distillery.
yeah. It was split up into 8, well, obviously Oct.
Yeah.
But Jim McEwen, when he was at the helm, the master distiller at Bruichladdich, he was sat in Bruichladdich and he wasn't producing any peated malts. And what's Isla famous for? Peated malts. So it was kind of a challenge, I think, for Jim to go out there and say, right, we're going to do it. We'll produce this. Oh, no, I've just got me 50p off. We're going to do this. We're going to produce a peated malt and we're going to do it right. And Jim got it bang on, I think. Jim come up with
Beautiful.
With the distillation, put it in the right cask.
We went through the records and found
they went. It's the same, like I say. You've got 3 different distillates from Bruichladdich, which is normal Bruichladdich, which isn't peated. A lot of people think it is, but it's not. Then you've got Port Charlotte, which is from up the road from Bruichladdich, which is Port
Used
Charlotte.
to be a distillery there.
There was a distillery there, and they've got the recipe for it. And I think they actually own the site where the distillery was. The distillery is not there anymore. They did want to rebuild it, but I don't think that happened. Well, definitely didn't happen, but I don't think they got permission for it. And then the Octomore, which is a Bruichladdich own creation, if you will. And they're doing a really good job with it. And it looks fantastic as well. It looks really well. It looks good. It tastes good. I don't know who's enjoyed it. Anyway, oh Christ! Even Keith's put his.
Crikey, yeah, that's good.
Who's it?
It's
I
sweet
can
now.
hardly see Shaz and Gaz now.
I know, they're in dark, aren't they?
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone dark.
Put your
here.
heater on. They're in gardens.
I'll get inside if
Put
I
your
were you.
claws on. Christ. I really enjoyed that. I think that's a cracking job. Well, to be honest, it's the same with Bruichladdich. When Bruichladdich restarted, they produced. They spent 6 million to buy Bruichladdich. It was a consortium, wasn't it? And they got together. They bought Bruichladdich, and Jim went in as a massive
put it back
distiller.
into life.
They brought it back to life and they started producing again. But you imagine how much money that costs to bring this old distillery back to life. It's millions. They'd already paid 6 million for it, so there was no new machinery going in there. They got in there, revamped all the machinery, got people who used to work there come in, they tended to everything, got it all back up and running into shipshape form, and started
It's the biggest
producing
employer on the island now.
Is it?
Yeah.
And they got it running again. And they started producing some beautiful malts. But in that meantime, and this is why we've got so many Bruichladdich casks, because they've spent a hell of a lot of money getting that back up and running. They needed the revenue coming back in. So what they started to do, what new distilleries do, is sell the spirit. So we purchased spirit.
Several casks.
Hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands of people have purchased spirit up until about 2012 when Remy took over. And this, what they needed to do, we used the old product as well. So they had stocks going back 30, 40 years in the distillery, in the warehouses. So at the same time of us starting producing again, they've started selling the old stock in there. So they've let out 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 25-year-olds. And the amount of Bruichladdich coming out of Bruichladdich was phenomenal, and different, different expressions and different. You know, Jim had put something in a different cask to finish it, and he'd do this and he'd do that. And so there were so many expressions. We could have filled our bar just with Bruichladdich. You know, 3 times over probably with the amount of different things that they released, and it did get a little bit too much because we were buying everything as it was coming out. And we thought, we just can't keep up with the amount of stuff that's coming out. But now they've got the core range now. They've got the Octomore. They've got the older range and the micro provinces which keep coming out. And they're doing really well. They're going to do really well. They've got Remy now. Remy bought them out in 2012. This consortium bought it for 6 million in 2000. And they sold to Remy for 57 million in 2012. So that's a bit of a good return, isn't it, for just producing whiskey? It's not bad. They had to lump up, you know.
Anyway,
first lump of money, didn't they? But
yeah.
Oh Christ, we've gone over an hour. I do apologise. We've just been blabbing on, but
I hope you've enjoyed
it.
You know, we do talk a bit of BULL shite every so often, and it's price.
Octomore.
Octomore price.
There's a deal on the Octomore actually.
A deal.
Oh, there we are. Octomore 10.1. It was £120. It is now £100, and you do get a free dram with that, so you don't have to open the bottle if you don't want to. And sit there. They do go up in price.
And don't forget that you can buy a dram for yourself or somebody else as a present of any of our whiskies and get it sent anywhere in the world, except America, Russia, and all the miserable buggers out there
that don't want to drink.
You know, that don't want to. You know,
actually,
you can buy a gun in America, but you can't buy a dram of whiskey from Scotland, you know, or from Ramsbottom.
Well, you can. It just won't get there.
It won't get there. No, they'll send it back. You know, or
but
smash it.
Europe at the minute's been a bit difficult.
Oh yeah, Europe's a bit.
We'll leave Europe to Europe.
Well, there's no wrong with.
Now is the time, I believe, for the old raffle. I know you've all been waiting for it. You've had to put up with us for an hour, but the raffle is
That's
here.
all they've been waiting for.
Is that it?
Yeah, raffle.
Right. We should have just done it start, and we could have gone and sat
We could have
We could have buggered off, couldn't we? We just done raffle. Hold on.
Anyway, do raffle, James. Do raffle. This is his favourite part of the night, you know. It's a wonder he don't start with this.
I had to snatch it from the children earlier. Somebody brought the handle, but they won't tell me who it were. Oh, you're doing the.
What am I doing? Can I turn it?
No, that's my job.
Oh right.
Christ, don't turn it. Don't you?
Oh, come
do
on.
my job.
Come on.
You're doing number research. What have we got to raffle? Have we got anything?
There's no to raffle.
No, wife's not drank that yet, so we'll do that. You're lucky, we're about to open that. So, first raffle prize, a bottle of Angus Brut from Barossa Valley. Which way do I do this?
I don't know, you played it this time.
I think it's that way.
Oh.
No, it's not, it's the other way.
Really, James?
No, it's the other way. Hey! Oh, we've got one. 36!
36!
I've been told to shout.
Howard Taylor!
Howard Taylor.
Are you online?
Howard, are you there?
Are you there? No.
Are you on Facebook? Oh, he's there!
Oh, he's there!
Oh, no,
he's
it's
not.
Charlie something.
Not Charlie something.
Charlotte. Oh, it must be his missus.
We hope Howard Taylor's house move went smoothly. We hope you haven't gone too far.
Where did you go to, Howard?
Nobody knows.
He's in the house anyway. At least he's
He
going
must
to
be.
the house.
He's either that in the caravan,
is it?
Yeah,
No,
it might be. Anyway,
Right,
moving
so,
on.
well, he's moved,
You'll
yeah,
get
he's
an
moved.
Angus Brut to
Are we doing 3?
Chris and whatever.
Right.
4, 3 tipsy porridges.
These are the ones
Well,
for a
good
few
mate.
years ago. We couldn't sell them, so we're going to raffle them off.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I'm only joking.
Yeah, you drink these at side of bed because you just fall in it. All right.
Right, which way did I go? That way. Hey, we're on. Oh, Christ, there's 2.
No.
66!
66. Clickety click. 66. It's Leanne Frost.
Leanne Frost. Leanne, who is she? I don't know if she's on Zoom.
Who's Leanne? Is she on there?
No, she's not
No.
on our screen. Louise's sister.
Louise's sister.
Louise's sister.
Yeah, I didn't
Hello,
know Louise had a sister.
Yeah, she does.
Anyway,
Well, there you go.
yeah,
we found
Leanne
that.
Frost. She's got 66 and 3 bottles of fall-over juice.
Christ, I hope you don't drink them all at once. Christ.
Now then, you've got 3 bottles of 2 metres apart.
You can drink all these at once.
You can, but you'll
Oh,
not,
well, this
you'll not
should
get up in the
just do
morning.
that number that's come out now.
Yeah, go on.
28.
28. Who's 28? Sheffley Henry.
Yeah, hey, Sheffield.
Sheffley.
We know, no, it's a bit unfair that. Come on.
Sheffley. Good Lord, Sheffley, you can get pissed whenever you want. Now listen, don't go on the bench pissed. All right, we've heard about these judges before. Anyway, 3 more
Oh,
2
piss. You
metres
said
apart.
piss. I said piss. Oh, I've said it.
No,
too.
it don't matter.
There we
Just
go.
throw it all in and bugger it.
Right, another one. Which way did I can't remember which
Just
frigging
go,
way it was.
James. Don't ask.
Hey,
There you are, you
we're
got
on.
one. Pull it backwards. That sounded wrong. Anyway, moving on.
Oh dear.
Come on.
25.
25. Who's Ollie White?
Ollie.
Is Ollie White
Have we got
there?
an Ollie White?
No, he's not on
He's pulling
Zoom.
it back.
He's on there. He's on Facebook.
Is he on Facebook?
Facebook, FaceTime,
Wonderful.
whatever.
Well,
Right.
you've won anyway.
You've won.
You've won something.
Ollie, God, you're lucky.
Christ,
Yeah, write it down.
Do we know what everyone's getting here?
I don't know.
Oh,
What's
hey, look
next?
at this. For all you barbecue enthusiasts out there,
An
this-
hard beg apron.
An our big apron. Now, honestly, we didn't find this back at cupboard. This, you know, this is
This was sent by mistake because
15
they had one
years
over.
ago. But no, honestly, it's an our big. Who wouldn't want an our big apron? Honestly, oh, you know, you're very lucky.
Pull the bloody. Turn the thing,
right.
will you?
Oh, I will.
Turn it.
Hold on. I might take one home for wife. Would you like one, Jill?
No thanks.
No, oh, she won't. Number 53. They've got an our big apron.
David Stark. Dave Stark.
Dave Stark. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna. Is it Facebook or? No, there's no one putting the thumbs up on there. Well done, you've won an our big apron. You can.
You have. Dave
You can-
Stark, you're a very lucky
You
person.
can garden or barbecue or
Or you could garden and just
Well, you're
cover your
apron.
privates up with that.
for next
Private,
year on the 1st of
whatever.
May.
Anyway, there you go. You've got an Arbeg apron. There's roundtails.
Here's another our big apron. Well done, hey Christ. Here we go with. Honestly, we're just giving this evening.
Tell you.
Hey, you've done it right.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you. Come on.
Oh, wait, 26. He was 26. Honestly, he was 26. Honestly, I saw the number before it fell off the bar. He was 26.
Jeff Hawarden.
Jeff, that's Lawrence's dad, isn't it? I think.
I don't know.
What? Yeah, I think it is.
Is it?
Is it 26?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. It was 26.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
our
Well,
mental director is here.
there we go. There's another one there. Right, what else? Oh, hold on. We've got some.
Another Arbeg apron. I see. In
Well,
the
no, I
cupboard.
didn't want to spoil everyone with an our big apron. We're going to have to run all over the bloody place this time. Oh, Christ. It's an Ockentoshan glass.
An Ockentoshan cup.
Pot with
For
two
your tea.
glasses
For your
with
garden.
a Glenmorangie and an Ardbeg
And 2 glasses.
and 2 glasses.
Hey, fingers crossed. Who wants this? I will never
No
in
one.
this house.
Is it Tullerwell? Hey, there we go. Children will love it when they can have this back. 57. 57.
Peter Roberts, who's the lucky winner. Is he on Zoom? What?
No, someone's putting their hand over.
No, they just keep putting their hand
We've got a
over.
Facebook, Peter Roberts, no.
Peter
Right.
Roberts. Anyway, Peter Roberts, is that him? I can't see. Pete Roberts.
We've either got a cheese and onion out-of-date crisps, or we've got an hard big.
Throw pair of them in.
Oh, we can have one of them, can't we?
He can have that.
Who
and
wants
he
the
can
cheese
have...
and
No,
onion?
we'll send him crisps as well. You're getting some crisps. That's an extra what's it. But they're out of date.
It's not a what's it, it's a walk.
You eat them at your own risk. And
It's
everybody's
not-
heard that, don't you? Haven't you?
So I've got another bag of out-of-date cheese and onion crisps and another hard big thing. So honestly, let's see who wins this. We've got to get rid of all shit before we feel open again.
Yeah, we bought a packet, a full box.
27.
27.
I need to put...
Nick Holgate.
Nick, have we got a Nick?
Who's Nick Holgate? No, he's
No,
not on
he's
there.
not on Zoom.
He must be on Facebook. Yeah. Right,
Well,
Nick Holgate.
we've exhausted our cheese
You've
and
got
onion
cheese
crisps.
and onion crisps and an apron to eat them with. Right. All the best. It's good to see you. And come again. If we have another, we'll let you know about it.
I hope you've all enjoyed this evening.
If you haven't, you could have switched off earlier.
Yes,
Somebody else done, actually. But
no, it's nice to see you. Like we said, we're opening on the 19th of. I looked at the clock to. I don't know why, but we're opening on the 19th of May. On the Wednesday, we'll open to get you all in again. And like I said earlier, for you guys that have joined us on these whiskey tastings, we're gonna do your free drink.
yeah, you've got to come and identify yourself.
Yeah, come in, identify yourselves, give us your name, and we'll cross you off and we'll get you a free drink, pint or a glass of wine, something like that. It's not going to be a 25 quid shot of whiskey, so don't get yourself excited.
Don't get too
anything like
excited.
But,
it won't be. It'll be water if I'm on.
and water if easier, so I'll try and be here as much as I can. But it's been good to see you all.
Thanks, Charles. Is it Charles? Yeah. All the best.
Right.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for
we're
joining
gonna go and
us.
sit in front of fire
We've
now.
all enjoyed.
Sun's gone down.
We've enjoyed. Talking shite. All the very best.
Right.
Take care.
See you
God
again.
bless you all.
Good night.
Good night. And God bless.